In a world full of unexplained events, some recordings go far beyond what our minds can handle. From ghostly figures that shouldn't exist, to real-life attacks that will freeze your blood, these clips are not for the faint of heart. Tonight, we count down the most disturbing footage ever captured on camera. This footage is too terrifying to believe. Number 10. Inside a hospital, everything looks calm. Empty halls, silent rooms, and then something no one can explain. A bed, moving entirely on its own. Up and down, as if someone invisible was still lying there. Days earlier, the patient who used this very bed had passed away. For staff, it was nothing short of chilling. Was it a mechanical failure, or something far more disturbing? Watching it, you can't shake the feeling that a restless presence might have returned, unwilling to leave. It's a simple hospital room, but in that moment, it becomes one of the most unsettling places you could ever imagine. Number 9. A funeral is supposed to bring closure, but for one driver, it brought only fear. He was transporting a platform used for coffins when suddenly, it began to move. Not a slight shake, not a small vibration, but violently, as if something inside wanted out. The driver swore he was completely alone. No one else around, no explanation for the way the heavy structure jerked and shifted by itself. In that moment, what should have been a silent ride turned into a nightmare. Some say it was just the road. Others whisper it was the lingering weight of the dead, refusing to rest. One thing is certain, if you had been behind the wheel that night, you would never forget it. Number 8. A funeral home, the air heavy with grief. Two people decide to capture a moment together, a simple photograph to remember the day. But when they look closer at the image, they weren't alone. Standing beside them, a strange figure appeared. Not a guest, not a family member, but something that should not have been there. Some called it a trick of the light. Others suspected a cruel montage. But in the middle of a velorio, where the boundary between life and death feels thinner than ever, the idea of a spirit showing itself is far more haunting. One single picture, a frozen moment in time that turned an already sorrowful day into something unforgettable and terrifying. Number 7. It's the middle of the night. A long, empty road stretches into darkness. A truck driver, relying only on his headlights and the dash camera, keeps moving forward, and then he sees it. On the side of the road, a lone figure, dark, motionless, almost human. But something feels wrong. At that hour, in that place, no one should be there. The driver's heart races. Is it just a person wandering, or something much darker waiting in the shadows? For those who've watched the footage, the unease is instant. It looks too real, too out of place. And once you've seen it, every lonely road at night feels just a little more dangerous, and a lot more haunted. Number 6. In the quiet of a plaza in Mexico, one man noticed something strange. On a bench, a shadow. Perfectly still, perfectly shaped, as if someone was sitting there. But when he looked closer, there was no one. No body, no figure, only the dark outline of a presence that shouldn't exist. The man felt the chill immediately. Was it the lingering soul of someone who once sat there? Or just a trick of the light? To anyone passing by, it would look like an ordinary park. But in that moment, the plaza became something far more unsettling. A place where the living and the dead seem to overlap. A simple bench, holding a shadow that refuses to leave. It's number 5. It was just another night for a taxi driver, until he opened the door to his car. The interior light flickered on, revealing for a split second a passenger already waiting in the back seat. But there was no one there. No sound, no trace, nothing. The driver swore the seat had been empty, and yet the camera captured the fleeting image of a person sitting quietly in the shadows. For anyone who has ever ridden in a taxi at night, the thought is terrifying. You never expect company when you're alone, especially not the kind that vanishes in an instant. It lasted only a moment, but it was enough to turn a simple ride into something unforgettable and chilling. Number 4. In Argentina, a news crew was covering the disappearance of a child. The reporter stood near a forest, describing the last place the boy was seen. Everything looked ordinary, until viewers noticed something moving in the background, a small, strange figure, walking slowly from one side to the other. Not a passerby, not someone from the crew, just a shape that shouldn't have been there. The broadcast was live, the cameras were rolling, making it almost impossible to fake. And yet, the eerie silhouette seemed to wander calmly, as if watching the scene unfold. For the family, the case was already heartbreaking. But this unsettling presence, caught in the middle of an official report, turned it into something much more disturbing. A mystery within a mystery, hidden in plain sight. Number 3. In Peru, long after midnight, a clothing store stood locked and silent, but the security cameras told a different story. Across the screen, a dark figure darted from one side to the other, so fast it seemed impossible for any human. The store was sealed shut. No way in, no way out. The speed, the shape, the unnatural movement left viewers frozen. Was it a shadow, a glitch in the camera, or something far more sinister, slipping between our world and another? Shops closed to keep people out. But on that night, the danger came from within. And the figure caught on tape remains one of the most chilling mysteries ever recorded in a place that should have been safe. Number 2. July 1st, 2024. A paramedic was driving his ambulance back to base when something caught his eye in the rearview mirror, a face, staring back at him from the empty cabin. Startled, he stopped the vehicle and stepped outside with his camera. What he captured next was even worse. The back door creaked open on its own, and behind the glass, a shadow moved. But the ambulance was empty. No patient, no passenger, just a shifting presence where no one should be. For those who watched the footage, the message was clear. Even a vehicle built to save lives can carry something far more terrifying. On that night, the ambulance didn't feel like a rescue. It felt like a hearse. Number 1. Daylight. A group of men bathe in a river, laughing, unaware of the danger hiding just a few steps away. One of them sits at the edge, back turned to the thick vegetation. And then it happens. From the brush, a massive snake lunges forward, fast, silent, and deadly. It strikes toward the man's back, jaws wide open. In an instant, panic erupts. The bitten man recoils. His friends scatter in terror, the snake holding its ground as if claiming the river itself. This isn't folklore. This isn't a ghost. It's a raw, primal reminder of nature's power and how close death can really be. Some videos are creepy because they hint at the supernatural. But this one, it's terrifying because it's real.